Hello everybody, this is Introverted Comedian. Welcome back to a video from Medieval Dynasty. I'm currently playing on the Valley map and I'm close to finishing most of the story quests, at least the ones you can initially do without having to go too much further in time. So I was able to get myself quite a decent village. You can see throughout all the videos that I've already posted, and currently I am waiting, or basically I am forced by the game to wait until the next season in order to be able to complete more of Alvin's story. I am also waiting for my herbalists to gather some more plants so I can complete the challenge for the king. So recently I got myself some more fruit trees, and my plan right now is to increase my orchard, and this is because basically my farming technology it's stagnating most of all. But before that I want to upgrade all of my food storages, because I recently unlocked the third level for them and I didn't get a chance to do it. Okay, so I will need a couple of things with me in order to do the farming as well. Looks like I'll need more iron shovels, and that can be sorted out later on. Yeah, so why after you sort out your village and you've already sorted out most of the... yeah, I need to actually craft some bags before I do anything else. So after you sort out your village with plenty of workers, you will not need to worry that much about having to do work yourself. You can just craft tools for the workers, for the villagers, and they will do it themselves. And you can just enjoy doing quests or whatever you want to do. In my case, I want to increase that farming technology, and also I will need to increase my hunting skill at some point. Okay, quickly grab some fish tart. Whenever I'm doing any work that requires stamina or hunting or anything like that, I tend to have one of the fish tarts to have the stamina boost. It will help you consume less stamina.
Ouch! Damn.
Okay, looks like that guy managed to burn himself. Not sure if I hired the right person for it. Sorry,
No
lady.
worries. I'll wait.
Thank you. Okie dokie. And first things first, upgrade the food storages. Oh, fortunately, like I said, I do have plenty of workers, and they are doing a very good job at gathering materials. So now I'm easily able to upgrade lots of things. It doesn't cost that many resources at this point in the game, but if this was in the beginning of the game, I basically would have struggled to build this. Okay, bang, bang, one more bang, and there we go. Oh, there are two reasons why you want to complete upgrades for any of your buildings. The most important is that you're getting additional storage space, but it also covers a wider area. So again, it's best to have your upgrades so you can actually enjoy a better coverage. When it comes to the production buildings or productive buildings or anything like that, when you upgrade them, you will also get a bonus in how many workers you can add to them. Hunting lodge and the fishing hut are a clear example. Same with the herbalist hut. For the herbalist hut and fishing hut, you will basically be able to go from 1 worker to 2. For the hunter's lodge, you go from 2 hunters to 4. Okay, so I've managed to sort these out. Now I need to do some wood chopping. Since it's quite late, I might actually do the planting the next day. I want to at least get rid of the trees. Yeah, unfortunately, fortunately, not unfortunately, I don't actually need the logs, but it's always good to have some additional resources. I haven't been building that much, I haven't decorating the village that much, so I can always use some additional logs to build some more fences around my village. Although to make it look nicer, I might actually need some planks. I'm not very sure about this area, how well I can get it covered with the orchards. And the main reason is because there's plenty of rocks around, so I need to quickly check. There are rocks that you can harvest from. Yeah, I'm honestly not very happy about this. Well, it looks like it's not that many of them, so that's fine. Okay, so because it's very foggy, even though it's early, I'm going to call it a day. I'm not very happy about this, and I want to see what I'm doing. Also, at this point in the game, I do not need to care that much about how fast the days are going. Basically, you can even skip seasons if you want to, since it's not that important anymore. As long as you have a village built and you're getting plenty of production, it actually works in your favor. The only thing, if I'm not mistaken, when you are skipping season, it will actually skip the production days, so basically you will not get the resources that your workers or villagers would have gotten during those days. Quickly check, so yeah. Okay, so like I said, sleep to the next day. And hopefully the weather looks a bit better. Oh, now it's raining. Okay, still I have enough light to see what I'm doing. And At least it's not foggy anymore. So like I said, I'm planning on getting more orchards sorted out. Let's see how lucky I am with the space. Yeah, so one of the things that you might want to do is, instead of going like I was trying to go with two spaces next to each other, try to go with one space. And that's because basically if I try to build this here, it will not allow me. If I go with just one along, it will allow me. Okay. The basics of farming, I forgot about the buff, are basically drop the ground when it comes to orchards. Grab the bag, select the orchard part, and then plant whatever you want to plant. Okay, so I'm just going to plant one hops over here. For some reason I like to plant the hops closer to the water. I'm just going to plant an entire row this time. So like I mentioned earlier, you can always add some decor. You can build some fences around your orchards. Not actually spending that time, at least not for the moment, maybe in the future. It's not honestly worth it, at least yet. Okay, next one. So like I previously mentioned through this playthrough, there's one issue with farming in the game. I see it as an issue. That's the fact that it will force you to basically get your plots, whether they're fields or orchards fields, facing south, west, north, and east. So basically, you cannot align them to the pathways that are already built. Of course, you can always come in with your own pathway through here and align them to that, but it still is a little bit annoying that you cannot rotate them at least a little bit to match to what your needs are. It feels like it's forcing you to build in a certain way, and it's not very pleasant, to be honest. Okay, so going to plant some more hops. I honestly am not keen on having that much hops. I'm not using that much, although I think there are a couple of or one potion that I can use for it, or use it for, better said. However, the other things that you can plant in a orchard, the fruit tree saplings, I find them more valuable, and that's due to the fact that you can turn the fruit into juice, then you can turn it into wine and make a decent profit out of it. Still, you will need quite a lot of fruit in order to be able to get a decent production of all of those. But end of the day, you can spend years in the game, especially if you're playing to see your future dynasties, your children, and all of that. So you can actually build quite a lot of farms. When it comes to the orchards, it's quite simple because they don't actually need to be worked by anyone, unlike the fields. So basically, you just plant them and you just need to have some workers that are able to pick the fruit when they're ripe. Okay, some more orchard plots. I'm always trying to see if it's this and this way with two. Basically, I could build another one over here. Here, I'm forced by the rocks. So I'll just settle with what I get. Yeah, one other aspect of the game that I'm not very keen on is the fact that you cannot do any terraforming. Basically, you cannot alter the shape of the terrains, which means if it's built in a certain way or you have like these rocks over here, you cannot remove them and build anything on top of them, which is a little bit sad because, like I said, at least for me, because like I said, I do want to have my things tidy around instead of just having to work around certain features. I do understand that these rocks are quite important because you can mine stone from them, but still, I don't see them as being that important. Okie some more plots. Honestly, curious how I'm doing with getting farming technology. Okay, looks like it's not actually moving that fast. Most likely, once I actually have production out of it, I'll get some farming technology out of it. Meanwhile, I am not leveling up my farming skill basically because of the fact that I've already leveled up to maximum. Otherwise, what I'm doing right now would have probably resulted in a few levels of farming. If you actually want to have an orchard, it's usually best to have it towards, well, after you build a decent village. And the reason for that is, first of all, because those saplings or the hops seedlings will actually cost quite a bit of coin. And secondly, because you will have to get yourself some proper tools to do this. If you had a stone hoe, it would have taken forever, or a wooden hoe. I can't even remember which one is it. Okay. I actually have a decent area. Yeah, so this is pretty much grindy and boring, to be honest. But like I said, I am working towards getting those farming technology points. So basically, as you can see over here, to develop the technology is by farming and breeding animals. So as soon as you have resources harvested, you can actually get that experience. So the more fields you got covered, the better. I already have plenty of fields when it comes to other crops, such as flax, cabbage and carrots and basically a little bit of everything. Well, not a little bit in some cases. I do plant lots of rye due to the rotation of the seasons, lots of flax in the spring, and also lots of cabbage in the summer. And that's mostly, like I said, basically because you're forced to choose a certain thing during each season. So spring is honestly the best when choosing. Then you've got summer that only allows you to plant cabbage, and the rest of the seasons again are quite poor at planting things. It looks like I might actually be able to buy some additional saplings once I get the chance to. I was hoping for a nice day, and apparently I ended up with a very bad day. I went from foggy to rainy. But still, it does allow me to do my job, so I could not care any less. Okay, so it looks like my seedlings are kind of going down. But that doesn't keep me from preparing some more plots. Let's check one more time. No more seedlings, no more seedlings, no more seedlings. Yeah. Still, like I said, I am going to prepare some more plots, whatever. And then when I get a chance, I will buy some more. I'm not that keen to actually insist on going after them immediately, but I do travel usually on the first day or the first 2 days of the new season. I travel all around the map to look for new villagers and to look for some materials that I can reuse to either make some money or to boost my levels. Okay. So let's see how much I can still build. Okay, looks like I've kind of reached the limit. Although I can still plant behind this storehouse. Even if it's not that many plots. Yeah, so again, if I wasn't forced to build this way with the cardinal points, basically this would have been perfect. Get a plot from here to here, and then get plenty of rows up to here. Makes it annoying, but end of the day, you got to settle for what you have available. I'm still going to get as many plots as possible ready here so I can do my planting much faster. Also, I do have the boost of stamina, and I do have the tools ready, so might as well do the job. Yeah, so honestly, they're coming along quite badly. Uh, the reason, yeah, they are parallel to be fair, but they are coming badly because it leaves a huge area over here. Then this one is covered. Then again, although this might just be something that I don't like, still, end of the day, as long as it is practical, I couldn't care any less. I just need to use these for that experience, like I said, not necessarily for liking how it looks. Okay, more rocks over here. Yeah, so like I previously mentioned in this video and in other videos, always make sure that you have a stamina buff when you're doing this. Otherwise, it will take quite a long time. It's taking me a long time now, but it will take even longer without a stamina buff. And that's because farming does get you tired quite quickly in game. Well, basically, it does get you tired in real life as well. Okay, let's see if there's any more spaces to fit around here. I'm planning, like I said, to use as much space as possible. Oh, why doesn't it allow me? Oh, because there's already some fields. Yeah, I think that's the maximum I can get because of these rocks. Perfect, one more. Yeah, and now I just need to get some trees whenever I have some time. Later on, I do want to get some fences around here. I'll also build around my village. But like I said, that will be later. So this actually took me quite a few hours. I'm very surprised about it. I do plan on doing some
No
of those
worries. I'll wait.
potions. Let's see how many buckets I have. Oh, perfect. Going to fill some more water buckets because I usually tend to use lots of water when doing the potions. And as good as the workers are, they cannot actually keep up with filling in the water time. Let's quickly check. Perfect. 8,000 more coins. Drop the water over here and let's go. Okay, so currently I have already 77 potion of healing level 2. I need some more instant healing cure health. I pushed my
Hey, I was
herbalists
using
to
that.
do more of them. Okay, so that's 15 instant healing too. Okay, looks like we actually managed to gather lots of plants. So I might be able to actually complete the cure or the challenge. Okay, that's 77. Now, potion of cure. You can find it over here. Okay, now I understand. Herbane. Potion of health. 70. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, not that bad because I only need 63. Okay, so the fact that I have the herbalist hut at level 2 and that one of the workers has been doing the job for quite some time is quite nice. Where was it? Okay, so I need 4 more. Okay, and ooh, nice. Yeah, I'll just go with survivalists. Perfect. Still need to do lots of hunting though. Okay, so I already know what I need. Where was it? Cure. So basically I kind of have the other plants. I just need lots of herbane. If you want, you can go collect it yourself. I do prefer to have my herbalists doing it. Let's see. So the main issue with the herbane is that it only grows in the summer. So at the moment I just need to wait for the summer to come. Now I can actually reduce, at least for the spring, the levels of broadleaf plantain that I'm requesting. Same for the dandelion. And I can go back to getting other plants as well. You can always add some more if you want. You just need to get to the management. Once you click on the herbalist hut, as you can see, it shows you which season what you're requesting for. Okay, just to make sure that I'm not... Yeah. So they're decently balanced. I do have a lot of nightshade. So I'm going to increase the number of herbane plants. Yeah, so basically now I just need to deposit the potions and wait until the next season. Okay, so if you want, you can also go around. 1 second, let me double check this. So from here you can check, I think it's at level 2. Yeah, so you can check how many pieces of whatever plant you need are necessary for the potion. Basically I'm lacking in herbane at the moment. That's 4 pieces, so there are all around the map. So there's one in Baranica, one in Rolnica, and one in Denica. These are herbalists. If you want, you can go there and grab those herbs. It's honestly not worth it because of the fact that it's not, they don't have that many and they only replace them each season. So it's best for you to actually wait until summer, because for this challenge, for example, you can do it within 5 seasons. Of course, within those 5 seasons, you could probably buy all that herbane from all of the vendors, and it might be enough. Still, if you do have herbalists that are picking fast, there's no point to do that yourself. Now, I did remember one thing. I do have a steady production of honeycombs, so I want to produce some more meat and soon start selling it. Now, earlier I was mentioning about hops. You can use, well, basically you will need to use hops for beer. Although if you want, you can make oat ale without hops. Ooh, 5 apples, nice. Yeah. Oh, it would honestly be a waste to leave the apples to rot. Your villagers don't actually care about having the apples, so I'm just going to turn it first into apple juice, then apple wine, and store everything over here. Okay, I want to have a quick look at how much meat I have. Okay, so I have a decent quantity of meat. Oh, that's too much meat. I might need to actually start another food stall. I currently have 2 stalls for tools. I have 2 stalls selling clothing and one for food. Might actually want to get another food stall. Probably I'll get quite a couple more later anyway. So I can increase the amount of coins that I'm getting. But yeah, basically this is it for the day, kind of. Let's see. Okay, so like I said, I have lots of meat. Let's see how much cabbage. Oh, lots of cabbage as well. Okay, so I'm going to use some of that meat and some of that cabbage. Or am I out of wooden bowls? Now, I do think I have someone working in the workshop. Perfect. Oh, and they are producing wooden bowls, but they are doing it kind of slowly. I don't mean that I don't need that many buckets. I can survive on 5 daily. So I'm just going to boost the amount of wooden bowls that I'm getting, which will allow me in the future to craft some more food faster. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, actually upgrading the food storage is worth it. Okay, buckets of milk, buckets of sour milk, and quickly turn that milk into quark, and then produce some cheese. I'm selling quite a lot of cheese at the moment, so this is perfect. So cheese is worth selling both to traders all around the world because you can easily produce it once you have cows, goats, and some decently leveled farmers to actually get them working properly. It has a nice price. You can either sell it all around the world to the vendors, or you can also sell it very well in a food stall. It does bring quite a decent amount of money. And you don't need to sell that many to get a daily decent income. Okay, let's check this. Berry wine is close to disappearing. I want to have a look at those fish tarts. When it comes to the wooden bowls that I just mentioned earlier, you can always craft them yourself. Okay, I'll leave. So the fish tart is again very valuable. At the moment, I'm not crafting all of them because I do tend to use them myself. Okay, and I can also start selling these in the future.
Maybe into
See.
regular.
Okay. So right now, because I'm kind of forced by both Alvin's story and by the fact that I need Herbane for the potion of cure, I basically just want to skip the season. I just want to check one thing. Um, let's see. Okay, I really need to just reduce that clay production before I do anything else. Yeah, I had to increase it, but I'm going to change some more to limestone. Same over here. Basically, I increased the production of clay so I can get more bottles done. I already have plenty of them. It's best that you always keep an eye on what's happening. Okay, this one is... I have no idea why. It shows that, but doesn't matter. So like I said, I'm going to skip the season. Basically, this will be the last video in this first season of the fourth year. Yeah, I nearly forgot to check this. I'll check it with the eggs. I want to see if it actually generates resources. Uh, okay, so eggs. So I have 558. And I want to see if for the day that I'm skipping it will generate. As far as I remember, it doesn't do it. Okay, sleep to next season. Quite a long sleep, to be fair. Let's see if I'm getting any event. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, plenty of plans for the future. So it looks like you can decide which one to go with. Now, basically, at the moment, I need I have everything leveled up. Basically, at the moment, I need some farming technology experience, so I'll choose this one. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh, oh. Okay, so basically, this would have been a very, very good boost if I didn't have my skills leveled up. It does bring a very, very decent boost for your workers, though. Still removing 30% of crafting items. It's a huge thing, but it's worth it. I already have too many. I already have too many of them. Okay, more weddings, more animals being born. Okay, so quickly check how many eggs I have, just to see if the day that I skipped actually generated any. Yeah, so basically it comes to this. I think the best balance might actually be with 4 days per season, even though it's a struggle in the beginning. Yeah, so when it comes to the settings, you can always customize them, I think. But the number of days can only be customized when you... Oh no, you can actually customize it mid. Perfect. Yeah, so you can actually customize the number of days at any point. So I would honestly advise with going with 5 days until you sort out a proper village that can produce quite a lot. Then having 4 might actually be best. It will allow you to still do some... Basically, I was doing some side quests and I was doing a little bit of messing around with leveling up my skills and lots of trading. I was going all over the map and buying all of the potential, all of the available materials so I can resell them. So yeah, it looks like 4 days or maybe even 3 days, like the game initially has them, might be a better fit once you get a decent village sorted out, especially since you might end up, like in my case, with not much to do on that 5th day and you want to skip it. So basically this was the last part in the first season of the 4th year. I was able to get plenty of plots sorted out over here, orchards. Some of them I actually planted, some of them need some more trees, saplings or seedlings that I need to get. But my main focus at the moment is on these two. First of all, I needed to wait for 1 season so I can talk to Alvin. Second of all, I needed to get to the next season so I can actually, well, not myself, but my herbalist can gather some herbane so I can produce the rest of the needed potions for the challenge. So if you found anything useful in this video, please feel free to leave a comment. If you have any tips and tricks on how you are doing it, again, feel free to leave a comment. If you have any question, the same thing, please feel free to leave a comment. And until next time, have a good time. Bye bye.